Hi, I welcome you all in this unique initiative of YuktMind 10 minutes and newspaper done. Today we'll be covering the Hindu newspaper. You can also download the PDF of these news from our website www.yuktmind.com under current affairs tab. You can also download the PDF from our Telegram channel, the link of which is given in the description below. Let's get started. So we'll be covering 9 news today, starting with school weather stations of Kerala, DNA mutation study for TB, drone-based formula for fixing human-wildlife clash, extension of cotton farming in northern India, 10 Indian languages to get technical arm dictionaries, first movie trailer of Tagin language, women to be inducted in Army's Regiment of Artillery, research on new kind of molecular motor, and recycle gas feeds a galaxy in early universe, according to a study. So the first news is about around 250 school weather stations are being set up in Kerala. Such stations can be used to collect area specific or micro weather data through school based weather stations to understand conditions, to predict a pattern, and possibly avoid crisis like situations such as floods of 2018 in Kerala. These efforts are underway in the state through a program under the Smagra Siksha Kerala under the General Education Department in collaboration with Advanced Center for Atmospheric Research, Radar Research, Cochin University of Science and Technology. You can use this example if a question comes on urban weather management or urban disasters. So, this program will have many benefits, such as it will generate reliable data and it will also draw young students towards science and research in future. You can also link this topic to environment and urban management topic of UPSC syllabus. So, under climate change, weather patterns are changing rapidly and drastically in short span of time, such as heavy rains in short duration of time cause waterlogging and urban floods. So, if a question comes on urban management or how to manage floods in Indian cities, you can quote this example for getting reliable data. So now we move on to second news. Scientists have identified mutations in DNA for early diagnosis of drug-resistant bacteria for TB. Tuberculosis, or TB in short, is a treatable disease. But drug resistance is now a major public health concern, exacerbated by the emergence of multi and extensively drug resistant TB. So, according to WHO, India has the highest burden of multi drug resistant TB. So, in a new study, scientists have established that mutations in DNA repair genes could be used for the early diagnosis of MDR or XDR TB, that is, multi drug resistant TB and extensively drug resistant TB. So, scientists have used whole genome sequencing of bacteria and identified a compromised DNA repair as one of the novel mechanisms for evolution of drug resistance in Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which causes TB in humans. If you see past year UPSC prelims papers, you will see a lot of questions wherein diseases are given and we are asked to match with their causing agents. So please remember this, that TB is caused by a bacteria. Now the third news. Kerala-based startup finds a drone-based fix for human-wildlife clash. Fuse Lage Innovations, a startup of Kerala, has developed a prototype of an innovative drone-based solution to address the worsening human-wildlife conflict. Now the fourth news. Recent rains are likely to expand cotton farming in the northern part of India. Government has set a target to cover 7 lakh hectares this summer in Haryana and 3 lakh hectares in Punjab. Parts of Rajasthan could also see a switch from bean and pulse cultivation towards cotton farming. The recent spell of rain has been unusual, but it is not bad. The rain will help in increasing the soil moisture content, which eventually would benefit the cotton crop. The groundwater usage will also be less. The overall input cost is bound to go down, which would be a benefit for farmers. Now, you can link this news to again climate change. Because of climate change, there are changes in cropping patterns across India. Now, the fifth news, 10 Indian languages are to get technical term dictionaries. National Education Policy of 2020 has espoused the use of regional languages as a medium of education in both school and colleges. The Commission for Scientific and Technical Terminology CSTT, under the aegis of Union Ministry of Education, is working on technical and scientific terminology in 10 Indian languages that are underrepresented in the learning landscape as of now. So these 10 languages are Bodo, Santhali, Dogri, Kashmiri, Konkani, Nepali, Manipuri, Sindhi, Maithili, and Sanskrit. These are part of list of 22 official languages of India according to the 8th schedule of our constitution. The language list, which was created in 1950, had 14 languages back then. Sindhi was added in 1967, Konkani, Manipuri, and Nepali in 1992, Bodo, Dogri, Maithili, and Santhali in 2004. You must remember this because the question can be asked in prelims, matching the year and the respective language added. Now the sixth news. Union Law Minister Shri Kiran Rijiju launches trailer of first movie in Tagin language. The Tagins are one of the major tribes of Arunachal Pradesh of India, and they are member of the larger designation of Tani tribes. So now we move on to our seventh news, which is one of the happiest news of the day. For the first time in history of Army, women from the Officers Training Academy will be inducted into Army's Regiment of Artillery. Though women have been commissioned as officers in supporting arms of the army since 1992, this is the first time they are entering into the artillery, a fighting arm of Indian Army. Now the eighth news. It is one of the important news of the day. Scientists help find new kind of molecular mortar. An international team of researchers, including the National Center for Biological Sciences, Bengaluru, has reported a new kind of molecular mortar. Let us get into the background of this news. Each cell in the human body is a complex soup of electrochemical reactions that produce energy, but they are not enough. Cells also need to move things, such as pull two organelles together, move cargo towards and away from nucleus, and power the movement of subcellular molecules. Many of these actions are driven by molecular motors, which use biochemical energy to do mechanical work. So earlier in 2016, researchers reported that when an enzyme called RAV5 binds to a long protein called EEA1, the protein loses its taut and rigid shape and becomes floppy. This collapse pulls two membranes inside a cell closer to each other. In the new study, which is published now, researchers have reported that EEA1 regains its rigid shape in another mechanism so that it can become floppy again to pull the membranes closer, creating a new kind of two-part molecular motor. EEA1 draws energy from a reaction called GTP hydrolysis to become rigid again. The GTP hydrolysis is mediated by enzyme called GT passes. RAV5 is one of such passes. So this EEA1 can have one of several trillion shapes when it is floppy, but it can have only one that is rod-like shape when it is stiff. The floppy state has more entropy and is entropically favored. So what is the unique thing about this molecular motor? The molecular motor does not produce a back and forth action as most motors do, but allows a molecule to change its flexibility between two states. Now, final news of the day. Recycled gas feeds a galaxy in early universe according to a study. According to the study, streams of intergalactical gas enriched with elements heavier than helium encircle and spiral into a massive galaxy. The findings provide evidence of enriched gas recycling during galaxy formation in the early universe. Galaxies form through the accretion of gas from circumgalactic medium, that is CGM, and intergalactic medium, that is IGM, which condenses into stars. It has been shown that cold stream accretion provides fuel for the star formation rate of galaxies in the early universe. So let us understand how this recycling is happening. The evolution of galaxies is directly linked to the gas reservoirs surrounding them, known as the circumgalactical medium, that is CGM. The CGM is a massive multi-phase gas reservoir that resides within the virial radius of their galaxies. Simulations and observations predict that CGM flows into galaxies along filaments from the intergalactic galactic medium, that is IGM, providing fuel to form new stars. Stars lose mass as they evolve, and many stars explode as supernova and gas is ejected, feeding back into the CGM and IGM. So, this is how a loop is created, and recycled gas then feeds a galaxy in early universe. Thank you for watching this video. You can download the PDF of these news from our Telegram channel. with the link of which is given in the description below. You can also download it from our website www.yuktmind.com under the current affairs tab. Thank you.